The text message sat on my phone for 3 hours before I opened it. I already knew what it said. She was in the shower. Again, at 11:47 p.m., after working late. Again, I'm exhausted. Don't wait up. Her standard script, delivered with the same tired eyes she'd practiced in the mirror. The eyes that used to look at me like I was the only man in the world. Now they looked through me. I poured 2 fingers of whiskey. Didn't drink it. Just watched the ice melt, listening to the water run upstairs. His name is Marcus. Senior partner. Corner office. Wedding ring identical to mine, just more expensive. I'd seen the way he looked at her at the company picnic. The way his hand lingered on her lower back when he thought no one was watching. The way she laughed. That specific laugh she saved for birthdays and surprise weekends away. She laughed that way at his jokes. I told myself I was paranoid. Husbands always know. We just get really good at unknowing. The shower stopped. My phone buzzed. I looked down. Asterisk, tonight was perfect. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Asterisk, wrong number. Or maybe the universe finally getting tired of my stupidity. My thumb hovered over the message. No name saved. Just a number. 10 digits that ended my marriage before my wife even dried her hair. I didn't scream. Didn't throw the phone. Didn't storm upstairs. I took a screenshot. Archived it. Drank the whiskey in one slow burn. When she came down in her robe, hair wet, smelling like her shampoo and something else. Something I couldn't place but would eventually recognize as his cologne. I was reading a book. Still up? She asked. Couldn't sleep? She kissed my forehead. Same spot, same pressure, same lie. Love you too. The words came out automatic. Muscle memory. The body doesn't know it's been betrayed yet. That night, I held her the way I always did. She fit against my chest like she'd been carved there. Her breathing slowed. Mine stayed steady. Wide awake, counting the minutes until morning. Until I could become someone else. Someone who doesn't confront. Someone who doesn't cry. Someone who collects evidence like currency and waits for the right moment to spend it. I started the next day, not with a PI or phone records or following her to work. I started smaller. I started with her. Watched her get dressed. Noticed she took longer with her makeup. Wore the black lingerie I bought her 2 Christmases ago. The one she said was too much for the office. She wore it anyway. Kissed me goodbye. Don't wait up. I waited exactly 15 minutes after her car left. Then I went to our home office. Her desk. The locked drawer she thought I didn't know about. 3 paper clips and patience later, it opened. Inside, receipts. Hotel. Restaurant. A weekend in Vermont she'd told me was a women's retreat. And a folded photo. Them at dinner. His hand on her thigh. Her smiling that laugh. I studied it like evidence. Because that's what it was. Cold. Hard. Irrefutable. My hands didn't shake. My heart didn't break. Something else happened. Something quieter. A door closed somewhere deep inside me. Not slammed, just click shut. Sealed. Soundproof. I put everything back exactly as I found it. Locked the drawer. Went to the gym. Ran 5 miles. Showered. Made myself lunch. Normal. Calm. Patient. That afternoon, I drove past his house. Beautiful. Victorian. Perfect garden. His wife was watering flowers in the front yard. Blonde. Slender. Oblivious. She looked up as I drove by. Smiled politely. I smiled back and kept driving. But I'd already seen enough. The next morning, I started running in their neighborhood. Day 7, she noticed me. The wife, Claire. I'd learned her name from their mailbox. Learned her schedule from 3 mornings of careful observation. She walked at 6:30. Watered at 7. Left for work at 8:15. He left at 7:45. Never goodbye kiss. Never look back. I knew that marriage. Beautiful morning, I said, slowing my run as she knelt by her roses. She looked up, shielded her eyes, recognized me from the street. New to the neighborhood? Just visiting a friend. I gestured vaguely. Couldn't sleep. Thought I'd explore. She smiled. The kind of smile women give strangers when they're lonely and don't know it yet. I'm Claire. David. We talked for 7 minutes. roses, weather, the way mornings feel different when you're the only one awake. She mentioned Marcus in passing. My husband travels a lot. I nodded like I didn't know exactly where he went, exactly who he traveled to, exactly which hotels. The next week, I became a regular. Morning runs at 6:30. Conversations that stretched from 7 minutes to 20. Coffee on her porch twice. She never asked why a runner carried 2 cups. I never offered. "You're easy to talk to," she said one morning. "Same." She laughed. Quiet. Real. The kind my wife used to give me. I felt nothing. That's the part they don't tell you about revenge. You think you'll feel guilty. You think you'll hesitate. You don't. You just get colder, clearer, more certain. Week 3, I learned everything. Her loneliness. Her suspicion that Marcus stayed late for reasons that had nothing to do with work. Her fear that leaving would destroy their daughter. "She's 9, Claire said. "I can't blow up her world because I'm insecure." I held her hand. "You're not insecure. You're human." She cried. I watched, calculated. Timing matters in chess, in war, in marriage endings. I waited until the night my wife texted, "Working late. Don't wait up." Then I texted Claire, "Can't sleep. Thought you might want company." She opened the door in sweatpants. Red eyes, glass of wine in her hand. "He didn't come home," she said. "I know." She blinked. "What?" I stepped inside, closed the door. Marcus is with my wife. Has been for 8 months. Hotels, weekends, the black lingerie she wears for him. Claire's face went through stages. Confusion, denial, understanding. The worst one was relief. Someone finally told her the truth. "I have proof," I said. "Receipts, photos, texts, everything you need." "Why?" "Because you deserve to know, and because he deserves to lose." She didn't ask what I meant. 3 days later, we met for coffee. Public place. Perfect view of the entrance. I slid an envelope across the table. Everything. "Served his office tomorrow morning. Your lawyer will love page 7. She opened it. Scanned. Stopped. Page 7 was a photo of him and my wife. Vermont. The retreat. That never happened. This is... She couldn't finish. "The end," I said, "for both of them." That night, I went home, made dinner, set 2 plates. My wife walked in at 9:47, smiling, tired, lying. "How was work?" "Brutal. I'm starving." We ate, talked about nothing. She kissed me goodnight, went upstairs. I stayed in the kitchen, pulled out my phone, typed slowly, deliberately. Asterisk, "She's amazing." Asterisk, sent it to Marcus. 3 seconds later, 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again, then nothing. I pictured him, standing in his perfect kitchen, reading those 2 words, realizing his wife knew, his office knew, his world was crumbling. And the man he'd cuckolded, the man who smiled at his wife over coffee, the man who held her hand while she cried, that man just texted him. From inside his marriage. I heard it before I saw it. His car. Tires screaming into my driveway. Door slamming. Feet pounding. My wife's voice from upstairs. "What was that?" I didn't answer. Opened the front door. Marcus stood there, shaking, face white, fists clenched, helpless. Because what could he do? Admit everything? Explain how I knew? Explain why I knew? I smiled. Slow. Cold. Final. "She really is amazing." I said, "You should have taken better care of her." Behind me, footsteps on the stairs. My wife's voice. "Who is it, baby?" I held his eyes. "No one, sweetheart. Just a man who lost his way." Closed the door. Walked past her. Upstairs. Into our bedroom. Pulled my suitcase from the closet. Started packing. She followed. Confused. Scared. Finally understanding. "What's happening? Who was that?" I folded his shirt. Placed it carefully. "That was your boss. He came to tell you something." "What?" I zipped the suitcase. Looked at her. Really looked. For the first time in 8 months, I saw her clearly. Small. Ordinary. Capable of cruelty I'd never be. You'll find out tomorrow, along with his wife, his partners, everyone who matters. I walked past her, down the stairs, past Marcus, still standing in the open doorway, past the life I'd built on lies I didn't know I was living. At the door I stopped, turned back, one last look. She chose poorly, I said, and walked out. The sunrise was beautiful. I didn't feel a thing.